Eat your fruits and veggies, you guys. We've been telling you this forever. All right, really simple. Good. That's a good video. Go eat my fruits and veggies. Thanks, Shane. I'll see you later. Which ones are actually the best when it comes to reducing your risk for chronic disease? Well, let's reference a recent analysis of 3 pooled prospective cohort studies involving over 200,000 people that assessed the association between certain fruit and vegetable intake and someone's risk for developing a wide array of chronic diseases, such as cardiovascular disease, or cancer, or COPD, or type 2 diabetes mellitus. And the way they examined this association, and they could kind of measure it, was by measuring cardiometabolic parameters, cardiometabolic biomarkers, you could say. So basically things that show how healthy someone's heart is and how their metabolism is functioning and things of that nature. And a few of the examples were lipids like cholesterol or triglycerides, things that measure sugar control, right? Glycemic control, in simple, HbA1c, how much sugar sticking to the hemoglobin and red blood cells, right? We all know that with diabetes, that they have high HbA1c. Measuring endothelial function, right? So the function of the inner portion of a blood vessel wall of the GI tract, intercellular adhesion molecule 1, more specifically, inflammatory markers like C-reactive protein or interleukins, right? So it was all things of that nature that they measured. And there was another category too, I believe. I said Adipokines, if I didn't say that. So these are hormones released by fat cells like Adiponectin or leptin, right? So those were the 5 categories. And they wanted to see which fruits and vegetables, out of 52 of them assessed, were associated. Now, correlation doesn't necessarily mean causation, right? But which ones were associated with a reduced risk of developing chronic disease. Now, really all of them showed improvements of the 52 they examined in terms of reducing their risk, at least with 2 of the 5 categories. But certain ones had positive results in 4 out of the 5 prior mentioned categories. And these are what they are. So you know what the really good stuff is, you guys. And there's other stuff that's good for you too. But according to this analysis, apples, pears, grapes, raisins, lettuce. Interesting. Everyone's like, lettuce sucks. Lettuce, right? Swiss chard. Okay. Mustard greens. Kale. Mustard greens you find in like a spring mix, right? Kale. Spinach, of course. They had broccoli, celery, summer squash, red and green peppers, alfalfa sprouts. And that's pretty much all of them, right? But these things were associated with, again, positive results in 4 out of 5 of those categories. And so does that mean that these will stop you from getting these diseases? And what is it in these that's really kind of helping you, right? Well, of course it's fiber, phytonutrients, right? The plant compounds in them that are antioxidants and anti-inflammatory compounds and things of that nature, right? Of course it's the vitamins and minerals in them, but it's also the fact that they prevent you from overeating, right? They help you to feel fuller, and they're really all rich in fiber, right? And prevent you from eating all these processed foods like cookies and cakes and candies and pretzels, all that kind of crap. The World Health Organization says we should have a minimum of 400 grams of fruits and vegetables a day to reduce our risk of developing chronic disease. The CDC estimates that only 10% of Americans are meeting that mark, right? Eggplant was on the list too. I know I forgot one. Eggplant, bam, that's all of them. But the CDC says only 10% of Americans are doing that, right? Eating enough fruits and veggies in simple. And so again, you know, an association doesn't necessarily mean that there's causation here, right? It doesn't necessarily mean that you're not going to get disease if you eat these things. These people also, it will definitely help you out, but exercise is obviously huge. Being less stressed, sleep, you know, gut health in itself, all these things. But these people also likely are just healthier types of people that are eating high amounts of the aforementioned foods, right? And so that's what we got for you guys today. Another reason to eat your fruits and veggies. Don't forget about things like blueberries, blackberries, raspberries. You know, tomatoes have lycopene. right? Extra virgin olive oil is super rich in antioxidants. Oleuropein, oleocanthal, hydroxytyrosol, healthy monounsaturated fats for your brain. You know, fatty fish is amazing for you. So a lot of the things that are amazing for you, but this was really just specific fruits and vegetables that were heavy hitters. So when you go to the grocery store and you got some on your list, maybe pop a few of those in your cart. Might do you some good for preventing heart disease, even COPD, diabetes, or cancer. Hope you guys are having a great day. Let's see what we got on here. Say hello to everybody, and then we're going to go do some work, you guys. Today we have off from the office, but we're still going to do work. Work that we love. What's up, Ma? I love you. Yeah, thank you. It's cool, right? Akamada Mario, thanks for hopping on. Louise, it's just triangles. It's a beer, baby girl. What's up? How you doing? I hope you're having the best day. I'll see you soon. J Gap, Skittle, Brandon Malone, OG up in here. Haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you. And Dagger 8 Nate. As for now. So we got for you, folks. We'll see you tomorrow, baby. Not sure where, not sure when, but we'll see you then. Have an awesome rest of your day. Thank you guys so much. And happy When Wellness. We'll see you later. It also matters how you cook the food. I didn't say that. So you know what? If you fry all this stuff, is that good? Well, no, guys. Right? Maybe steamed, cooking it on low heat, adding extra virgin olive oil to your salad so you absorb the fat-soluble vitamins better, right? To a much greater degree. Stuff like that matters. So there you go. See ya.